In this video, I'm going to offer 5 tips for building out an effective growth team. We talk to companies regularly that want to get more sophisticated in growth, but they don't know how, or they've been trying to do it, but have been failing. And so here are some of the tips that we commonly give them. First of all, a growth team needs to have really clear leadership. It almost doesn't matter whether it's in product or marketing. There just needs to be clear ownership for the team and the performance of the team. The second tip is to hire horsepower and creativity. Growth is often about exploring new ideas and testing, and so creativity is really important, particularly in the leadership of the growth team. I think experience is really important, that they've done that kind of work before. But especially at the more junior levels, that's really not as important. They can follow the lead of the more senior folks on the team. They just need to be able to contribute, creatively and come up with smart ideas and implement things really well and mistake free. 3 is organizations really need to empower growth teams. It's an area of an organization that often does not have all of the resources it needs in order to be successful. They're going to be dependent on on marketing, on development, on design, and they're basically going to be begging for prioritization on other people's roadmaps. And so the growth team really needs to have a mandate from the top, to get things done, and everybody needs to be on board with that. 4th, growth teams really need latitude to fail. By its nature, it's experimentation, and not everything is going to work. And so sometimes we see growth teams fail in organizations because they really just can't take big risks. And so you see them doing really small incremental improvements. And sure, yeah, there may be incremental improvement that they can hang their hat on, but the most successful growth teams are the ones that are taking big swings and really figuring out really, really different ways to acquire customers, different ways to communicate the value proposition, and you just can't do that without failure. The last thing, which is very much oriented to hiring, is to pay people well. Growth teams often get very close, and continuity is important. And so generally speaking, we recommend going out and hiring the best people for this team from other teams, and make sure that they're paid really well, because this a growth team that's successful can really lead to step function growth in a company's performance. So those are the 5 tips we have for building successful growth teams.